Hi there, and welcome to the new video. I'm gonna get creeped out by this all the time, like in the beginning, I swear to God. So, after the first video, I mentioned that I'm gonna be talking about 2023 and kind of a recap on what we released, what we worked on, and everything. But I'm gonna talk about the whole year in a way, like just a Vindu recap. So many of you might have noticed that I've been signed to a label now called Network. They are from Canada, Vancouver based. And yeah, that happened actually over a year ago in maybe October, I think, or September, I'm not sure, 2022. So yeah, I've been working with them and it's been amazing. They have a wonderful team. Adam, the first guy I talked with, is amazing, helped me a lot. And the team that I got introduced to, that I work with, is also amazing. We mostly talk about like the future releases, how to do it, what to do with the videos. And yeah. But beginning of 2023, so after signing, it's been a bit of a rough year for the creativity because I was studying at Berkeley in Valencia, as I mentioned before. And throughout the video, I'm gonna show some of the clips, like the videos from Valencia. It was amazing. I got to learn Spanish language. It's very nice, cool language that I love, and I wish kind of that I stayed in Valencia. It was amazing. The weather was super good except the summer because it was scorching hot and I hate that. But like grabbing coffee in the middle of December or January, like outside in your t-shirt, it's one of the best feelings ever. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about that a bit. So Valencia and Berkeley was pretty cool. I met some wonderful people along the way. Like my professor, now really good friend, DJ and producer Nacho. I'm gonna put links in the description so you can check him out. He's a really amazing, like old school type of a DJ. You know, it's not like these modern DJs. So I attended his DJ class and his modular synth, and I think I'm gonna take upon his advice, and I think I'm gonna start working more with the modular synths in my music. I might stray away a bit from the Asian lo-fi. There's still gonna be some of the effects there, but I don't think like they're gonna be overly there, like that just pure Asian sound. It's gonna be a little bit more synthy stuff that I hope to work on with. And yeah, I want to get the modular synths as well, but they're like super expensive. I mean, not super expensive, but as you build it, it kind of, you want this, you want that, and you have so many modules that you want to build, and it racks up. So yeah, I also met a wonderful guy called Parsifal. He sounds like a knight of the round table. He has a really sick name. So I met Parsifal Light. He was like a substitute teacher for advanced DJing. That's the part, like, it's really cool. But I met him there. We talked about music. I also got into, like, I was before lo-fi, I used to make electronic dance music, like EDM type of a house. Like my biggest inspiration was Avicii, and still is. Rest in peace. And yeah, I come from that background before lo-fi, so meeting all of these people, like Nacho and Parsifal, are both house music producers, and it kind of got me back into the loop of making house and progressive house, deep house, melodic house, techno slash. So yeah, and Parsifal did the mastering of my album that's going to be split in two, like Tales of Asia 1 and Tales of Asia 2. That's also one of the things I want to talk about. Those are our future releases, with the latest release coming this Friday on called Kai, which is there's a really cool story behind this. I'm gonna mention it in this video, but a while back ago, like it's been a while, but I got contacted by this one girl that wanted to give a birthday gift to her brother, and her brother is like one of my fans, so we talked about it, and yeah, this upcoming song is for him, and yeah, I'm gonna also say it here as well. So happy birthday, Kai, with kind of a bigger delay, but nonetheless it's here. So yeah, I'm gonna put also the pre-save link in the in the description, so you can check it out, pre-save it, even though it's like 2 days left, or day, I don't know when this video, I'm gonna wrap it up. So yeah, so the future releases, all of those releases that I'm gonna be doing, like Tales of Asia 1 and 2, like I think two of tracks there have been made like just in the box in my own room, but the rest of them I've been working on with really talented people. I met a fellow Balkan person, a fellow Slovenian. She's a piano player. She's very talented and a singer, but she did the piano on some of the tracks, and it sounds amazing. Like the workflow with her was amazing. Her name is Betty Strgar. I'm also gonna put the, like maybe up here somewhere, the links as well to her Instagram and everything, like her social media. I don't know if she has Spotify, but she's amazing. We worked everything you listen on this album is basically improvisation. We have like the direction to it. We know what we want to do. So I had like the references and what we should do, but most of that, when it came to the session, it was very instinctive. We worked on we were on the same wavelength. It was perfect. So yeah, there's probably some videos now that I'm editing here, so you can see from Valencia. And yeah, I really had fun time recording stuff with her. For the future as well, there are some interesting plans. So I mentioned collabs, and there's going to be three collabs so far, and one of them is done. It's actually two of them are done, or maybe even all of them. I have to check one of them, but one of the collabs is done. That's done. It's with a very talented producer from Sweden, from, I'm gonna butcher this name, Västerås, I think. It's close to the Stockholm. Really cool guy called Slumber. I love the approach, like his approach to the song, because I tend to overwork my stuff, like my song, it gets busy, and he's like a simplistic guy, so it was like the fusion was amazing. Also a collab with a great German duo from Hamburg called Paris 91. We did a track. It's very different. It's not very different, but it's different than what I do. And one of the collabs with very talented artist from US. I can't remember the city, but called Nathan Quishi. I hope I pronounced that right. Nathan, if you're watching, I'm sorry if I butchered it. So yeah, there's a lot of collabs incoming. Now coming back to the second part of the video was I asked you guys for the comments and what to do, like for the Q&A. So we're gonna jump into the Q&A. I appreciate the love that you guys gave me. Like it felt very encouraging actually to start working on YouTube more, and I got more into it, like I already know how to edit, but I just had those ideas on what to do. So thank you all for the amazing love, like everybody. I'm gonna put all around the screen, so thank you all. But I'm gonna go through the kind of like a Q&A. So I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna start with my fellow producer, iruka, or iru guitar, as it's said there. So another question, but I want to see some unreleased weird stuff. Maybe have something buried on your hard drive. Yes, I have probably like over 100 projects just sitting there that I forgot about. I don't even know how they sound, but I just started as an idea, just skip to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, and every producer know how it is. Like you just skip through all of those ideas and you then do one track and you look at back and it's like, oh my god, there's 99 unfinished tracks. I'm gonna have to do a purge at some point of those ideas and those files because they're starting to take a lot of space. But yeah, maybe I could do like a video that's gonna cover like most of those unreleased stuff. I'm gonna go through them one day, hopefully, when I get enough time. So yeah. Next question. What would you be interested in exploring other genres, and if so, which? Also, would love to see you make a video showing the process of creating a song from start to finish. Thank you, Julia. So, I would love to explore other genres. As I already said, I come from a house background. So I love house music and I love melodic techno now. And all the new stuff that's coming up, you know, it's like a stutter house, which is technically like, we had stutter house before, now it's just called stutter house. So yeah, I love ambient music, and I might even release some ambient music on Vindu, but I mostly do new stuff, like the electronic stuff, on a profile alias called Enter Data. I also do funk on Funk Vindu, so I'm gonna put both of them, like Enter Data, Funk Vindu. So I'm also gonna put the links in the description so you can check it out. Funk is not for everybody, so it's very aggressive, it's distortion, it's like super weird, so be careful with that. Enter Data, I do synthwave, but I'm gonna release other stuff like house and stuff like that. Wonderful question. Alto, hello Alto, thank you. This is a nice one. I know Alto from before, from the streams, so always nice to see a familiar face in the comments. What becomes your inspiration when you start working on the new track? Or you just have a melody around your head and going full improvisation? Great work, by the way. Thank you. Inspiration usually comes from listening. Like the other day, I had a really nice video on TikTok. I saw a really nice video on TikTok. It was how do you call it? It was a live music production, DAW-less. So there's no DAW, there's no FL, Ableton, whatever you use. People are not using it. So you're using like the synths, drum sequencers, synthesizers. Let's say synthesizers, yeah, same thing. Effects and everything live. So you're making music live. And I heard a really good melody, and that's like, oh my god, I want to do this. So yeah, that's some of the process that I have of working. So I hear good stuff and just start there, loop stuff. It's so windy today as well. I don't know if you can hear it. It's insane. So you use so I use that as inspiration to make a melody first, then build upon it. It's like Lego. Basically Lego, you have a base Lego and you stack it on a melody Lego, and then chords Lego, blah blah blah, effects, everything that comes. So yeah, or it can actually be a melody. I just make a melody. A lot of people told me like that they love my melodies, which is quite interesting, because I don't think of myself like that. But yeah, so melodies in your head, work around it, see what fits. Bam. I love improvisation. That's what I talked about as well before in the video, like how we did record the pianos and like with Betty. All improvisation. Thanks for everything you have shared and inspired the world with. Oh, thank you. What thought process would you advise musicians, producers to use to go from a seed of an idea to a completed track? So, Oh, and also, is it outright motivation to drive process that gets results? Huh. Not necessarily. Motivation is always the key. You of course need to be motivated to do stuff, but I also would say it's like a bit of a practice. You know, making music, producing is like practicing an instrument. It's the same thing. You gotta produce every day. Like that's what my opinion is. Now, if you like, for example, have an album that you finished and everything, you know, and you have a schedule that's going to be set. Okay, I know, I know that my album is going to be released throughout this 6 months. So for 6 months, you can afford like to have like a breaks, you know, like a month, 2, 3, do something else, you know. That's what I do because I don't get easily bored, but with when you make something for 3 years constantly and it starts to get to repeat itself, it's very it can get bored. You can get bored easily after a while. So you always need to have something else. So that's what I do. I go through a genre, from a genre. I do different stuff, you know. If I don't have an idea for a lo-fi, I maybe have something for synthwave. If I don't have a synthwave, I have something for house. So yes, that's how I see that's how I get the results. Also, whenever you're stuck like in a loop of, oh my god, I can't produce anything, like the motivational block or artist block actually, I had that and it's the worst thing ever. Like I had that for the worst one that I had was like 3 or 4 months. Like I would just sit, do stuff for 5 hours and just delete it because it was not it. Best thing to do is to actually leave it or go to different stuff, different genre, watch some videos, go outside, go do something else, drink coffee. Like we in Bosnia love our coffee time. So go grab coffee for 2 hours, go alone, go with a friend, doesn't matter. Do something else. So yeah, from seed of an idea to complete a track is, yeah, I would say what I said, like, yeah. That's my thought process. Next one. Okay, this is a big one. So silent sounds. Here's a couple of questions that I have. Out of all the projects and tracks you worked on, are there any you consider to be your favorite? Here we go again. I get this question a lot, and it's like you know, when people ask their parents, which child is your favorite child? All of them. I love all of them. Even though I say I hate them, I love them. To add to that, is that favorite what you would also consider work that you're most proud of? Oof, I'm really okay. This is the thing. When I started working, like producing lo-fi, when I made Japanese Spring and the Stories from Japan EP, I was like, this is so good. Like, this is the best thing ever. And then the the first album came, From the Ashes. I was like, oh my god, there are some really good tracks there. Like this is the best thing. Then came Stories from Japan 2. Then came like a lot of different stuff. And it was like, every time you release something new, it's better. Because that's the curve of like the development curve, you know. You get better as the time goes on. And yeah, I'm also really proud. Like I really love Stories from Japan 2. Let me double check that. Stories from Japan 2. Because that's the first time I included like into an EP like my friends Raimo and Jimmy, and I think Tenno was also supposed to be there, but we didn't catch the timeline, so it is what it is. But I'm really proud of that EP. Second, if you plan on collaborating with all other artists moving forward, what specific artists would you really want to try to work with? Are your choices because of popularity or idealization, or do you think your work would work well with theirs to complement each other. I talked about it like right before now. I would love to work back with Raimo and Jimmy and Tano. I really like that. That's the kind of OG crew. But now it's like everybody's like really busy. Everybody has their own stuff, their own releases with different labels. Some still stay independent. I would love to work with those three again at some point. Much love to all of them. And yeah, I would go. Like most of people, some people look at the popularity, you know. Some people have like 500,000 listeners, and so you can like combine yourself, so you can get those listeners to yourself. And yeah, like I can't pronounce this word properly, so that word. I don't think I would work anybody that I don't like. Avicii's dead, so I can't work with them. Plus, he doesn't do lo-fi, so you know. But yeah, the word that I'm looking forward to every collab is complementing each other's works. So you get a bit of me, a bit of that person, and yeah, that's how I do collabs. And thank you for your time to read this. Keep up the great work, and here's the wonderful 24/4. Okay, on to the next one. Rani Rains. What inspired you to start making Japanese lo-fi? I love the sound. I love the instruments. I completely love instruments of Asia, especially Eastern Asia, of Japan, Korea, China. I also like Indian instruments, and the flutes of the like down from like, oh my god, I'm bad at geography there. Like the flutes of Thailand, Philippines, like they have some really nice instruments. So yeah, but the initial idea of making the Japanese lo-fi, now called Asian, depends what you're doing, is it came from a song or two. Like it came from a song called Eternal Youth by Rude, and then the artist that I saw that I met next, met their music, called Elijah Nang. Also, rest in peace, he died I think last year. Yeah, I would say he's a founder of Asian lo-fi, like Japanese lo-fi. But yeah, he passed away last year. So he was one of the inspirations as well. On to the next one. Sun Shadow. That's awesome. No, you're awesome. Your question: which of your own tracks do you like the most and why? Oh, I kind of answered to that like before. It's like a, family. I love every single one of them. By the way, I love your tracks. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shao Augusto Vargas. Which other artists do you consider as an inspiration for your work and creations? Oh my god. I really love, like in lo-fi, I really love Elijah Nang, as I mentioned. But I also consider like inspirations. Like I love my little crew of Tenno, Raimo, and NoGMX, and Danny Sojin as well. Even though we didn't talk much, it's still in the like those us five is like a crew that was at beginning kind of. I met Tenno first, I met Raimo, and like I love Raimo. Raimo is like really cool Italian dude. Like we're close to each other as well, it's like Bosnia, Italy, it's there. So I love his work, and I love to listen to their releases, even though I don't say to them. I do it in a very subtle, silent way. But I listen to their stuff, and I can get like a lot of inspiration from them most of the time. Plus, I also like to listen traditional Chinese music. It's very nice. Like I'm gonna have I got 2 CDs like from China, from my girlfriend's dad for Christmas, and it's amazing. Like I'm gonna listen. I'm yet to listen like all of them again, and I'm gonna try to maybe sample. We'll see. For that inspiration, you know. Also, I think watching YouTube videos like the traditional music, it's also nice. Like you can get that inspiration from there for sure. So yeah. Michael, for the Q&A, what got you into Japanese Asian inspired music in the first place? I am a samurai fanatic, and that's why I'm asking. Again, I think I answered that, but yeah, it got me like the sound of the instruments and everything that's related to it. Like I also love the history of Japan. It's amazing. History of China as well. It's really amazing, like cool stuff. So yeah, that's where it comes from. I love your lo-fi video. I love your lo-fi Vindu. Show us how you produce your music. Okay. It's so funny because like production for me, it's very weird. I get the idea like this, you know, and it's like I should be recording all the time, but I'm not. And once I start working, it's like I get into the workflow, and it's so hard for me to like, oh, I need to record this. Oh, should I record this? So yeah, I could end up like doing half an hour of music and get nowhere, or like working 6 hours. Like I love streaming that. Like there's some streaming stuff on Twitch that I used to do 2 years ago, I think, or a year. And I streamed a lot of music, like the music production. There's some clips there. I might pull some of them here. But yeah, I'll show you how I make my music again. Like I'll try to make some videos how I make my music. So I'll try my best on it. Hello, Jimmy. Welcome to the video. Here's the guy I was talking about. Noah Gmex. I never knew how to pronounce his artist name. Who are your favorite producers in the genre? Oh, what do you think? So it's Tenno, Raimo, Jimmy, Danny. I love them. They're my bros. So they're my favorite producers. But there's also really talented people now as well. Like the community is not that small as it used to be. There's a lot of producers now that make Asian lo-fi. So you have Jazzical. They're really good. Who else? Oh my god, I said there's so many of them. Now I can't remember any of them. Like I also have a like in my playlist, I think. My playlist called Path to Japan. And I have some people there. Like Shonen, I love some of his stuff. Kotard Beats has really nice stuff. Top Head Panda. Yeah, I worked with him on one track. He's really good. Elijah Nang, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of cool people you can check on that playlist. I'm gonna put it right here, so you can probably not click because I can't add links, but I'm gonna leave it in the description. So yeah. Okay, which track you put the most effort into? That's a good one. I can't think of it right now, to be honest. Like I put a lot of stuff, like work in most of my tracks. But I'd say the album called Farewell Tokyo. Okay, another quick edit. My camera died. So I stopped on Farewell Tokyo. I'm gonna say that that's the one I've been working the most, to be honest, because it took a long time. I think it took a year and maybe a year and a half to finish it. It's like that album, and it's not one of the most famous albums as well. It's like that kind of makes me sad, to be honest, because I really like it. I like the sound of it. It was something different, you know. It was a gamble, kind of, but I mean, I love it. It paid off for me. But like the stream wise and everything else, it kind of didn't, you know. So yeah. So that's it for this video. I love how my camera died like a minute before ending the video. So yeah, if you had anything else, any ideas, actually production ideas would be really nice. Like what to do on it. Again, like Q&A is also really nice. We can do this as well. And yeah, I'm gonna try to do some of the daily stuff as well, like the vlogging and stuff like that. I'm gonna record you my lovely country and the trips that have been happening as well. So this kind of wraps up the video. So yeah, I would love for you guys to leave me some again comments, like for the Q&A, for the production actually, like what you want to see, because you know, it would be nice to have a direction on what are we doing in the videos and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you for checking out this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Love you all. Bye.